of exciting prizes by playing from Monday to Saturday before 5 p.m. in each of the days. Dial star 266 hash or download the iOS and Android apps on mega6lotto.com to play now. Mega 6 Lotto is approved and regulated by the National Lotteries Authority. Let's begin from the camps of the Black Stars, and they open camp in Accra on Monday, the 13th of November 2023, ahead of the two FIFA World Cup qualifiers against Madagascar and Comoros. The first game is coming up this Friday at the Barbara Sports Stadium. Well, several players have reported to camp and will begin the training session this morning at the Accra Sports Stadium. Well, as you can see, there's the return of Dennis Odoi. The Ayew brothers are in here. Joseph Pinsel is also around. There are several other players. Fatau Hamidu from that is Mediama SC also available for this qualifiers. There have been some changes in the itinerary of the senior national team, and we'll quickly go through it. They were expected to have a first training session this morning, but unfortunately that is not the case. They are going to train this evening at the Accra Sports Stadium. That is Tuesday evening at the Accra Sports Stadium before they move to Kumasi on Wednesday morning to wrap up their preparation. So on Wednesday, the team will make that trip to Kumasi, and then Wednesday afternoon they will train at the Barbara Sports Stadium before having the mandatory training session on Thursday in Kumasi, just before Madagascar also have their final training session at 3:30. So that is the itinerary for the senior national team, the Black Stars. Ghana will square off against Madagascar in the first game, that is on Friday at 4 p.m. at the Barbara Sports Stadium, before moving to Moroni for the second game against Comoros on Tuesday, the 21st of November 2023. Now let's move on to some changes that has been made in the senior national team. Well, due to fitness issues of Kamaldeen Sulemana, who plays his club football for Southampton, and also Abdul Momen Khalid, who plays for Rayo Vallecano in Spain. Abdul Fattah Isahaku has been called to replace, that is Kamaldeen, and Nuruddin Ahmed has also been called to replace, that is defender Abdul Momen. So these are the changes in the Black Stars squad ahead of the two games against Madagascar and Comoros. We'll be giving you a lot more later on our subsequent bulletins. Now moving away from the Black Stars to the Black Princesses, and coach Yusuf Basigi says the team struggled the opening minutes of their 6-1 win over Eswatini in the 20 World Cup qualifiers, all because the weather conditions were not favorable.
Well, it was all about the weather, the change of weather, and then the rain. In fact, it changed the whole pattern of our game, and it paid for the home team. So quickly I had to readjust our tactical plan, and it worked. And then I have to also give them the courage, because already I have seen them for the first 45 minutes, and then the rest belongs to us. So we knew how we had to work to get our goals.
Well, and that was a good victory, recovering from that early goal considered to score 6-1 in the first leg. The return fixture is expected this week in Accra. Now to Diana FC, and they had a resounding victory over BBN Gold Stars in the Ghana Premier League at the Nana Agyemang Bedu, the second park in Doma. A brace for Emmanuel Jemfi and Isaac Minta ensured all 3 points for the Uja boys to go to the top of the Ghana Premier League table, winning 5 consecutive games in there. Well, Diana FC and Yahweh Champion doing some solid work in there. Now, moving away from that, Dreams FC assistant coach Winfred Drummond says his team still have a lot to do and correct despite their good run of form ahead of their CAF Confederations Cup campaign, coupled with the league and the Ghana MTN FA Cup.
Well, a lot, but I think the defeat to Lagos City, the defeat here to Brekum Chelsea suggests that we can't give or we can't take the games lightly. Sometimes in football, a bad defeat, like the defeat to Brekum Chelsea, was the catalyst for the two wins, because it was a wake-up call to us. We have to put our house in order, and clearly we showed consistency in the last two games. We pray and hope that it continues, but we still have, that's like I said, we still have a lot to correct.
So that is it there from Wilfred Drummond, but Frimpong Manso has also spoken about the difficulties in his team while he has called on the team supporters to remain calm.
In every game at home, they want you to dominate the game 90 minutes. And it's not like that. We are always the underdog. We just came into the Premiership. So any team that became, for instance, they've been in the system for a very long time. They know the in and out. So if you are playing against such a side and then you want to dominate the whole 90 minutes, it's not possible. And at home, there is a lot of pressure on the team. So they should understand these things and then always want to win. It doesn't work like that. So for me, for them, I just feel one day they will understand those things.
Frimpong Manso, who is the head coach for Tano Bofuakwa, they're calling for calm from the supporters. Now, Nsawam FC coach Maxwell Knedu says he needs to manage his team well as their energy levels keep falling in the last couple of games. Well, they've had a very tight schedule and he believes it's now time to rest some players.
Having said that, I have to also talk about my team. Fatigue has started setting in because playing 3 matches in a week, it was having some effects on the boys. So we manage the week very well and make sure we give everybody the necessary rest that they need before we regroup again to start training again.
Maxwell Knedu from Nsawam FC. They're now away from the Ghana Premier League. South Africa Giants, Mamelodi Sundowns, who on Sunday emerged the maiden winners of the Africa Football League, are very poised for the CAF Champions League. According to the head coach Rulani Mokoena, there will be no place for complacency after the success in the Africa Football League.
No, but they know they'll be in big trouble with me. Now there'll be big issues. This is a special group. Believe you me, we lost in Casablanca 2-1. We had a training session the next day with a couple of the players that didn't play, and I can tell you, we trained like a team that had just lost 5-0. And the mentality from Rushindo Rook, Brian Onyango, Nao Mahema in that training session was just unbelievable. And they really pushed. And this is what makes this group so special, the sense of brotherhood, their loyalty and their commitment to this badge. And don't worry, there will be no sense of complacency. I will not allow it.
He's not going to allow that. Well, that is according to Rulani Mokoena, head coach for Mamelodi Sundowns. Now, Bafana have their team made up of about 8 players from Mamelodi Sundowns, and head coach Hugo Broos does not underestimate their importance. He sent out his congratulatory message to Sundowns for winning the Africa Football League.
I did it already, but I have to congratulate the players of Sundowns for the fantastic performance of yesterday. Certainly when you see in what a program they had the last 6 weeks, it's nearly irresponsible, playing every 3 days and traveling all over Africa. So I think we South Africa can be very happy with such a performance, and it's a very good thing for African football.
Very good thing for South Africa football, and South Africa will be playing against Benin and Rwanda also in the World Cup qualifiers, as Hugo Broos is determined to get the very best of results. Now, away from that to the Premier League, and Brighton and Hove Albion boss Roberto De Zerbi has complained of officiating after he was booked, and midfielder Mahmoud Daoud was sent off in the weekend's draw to Sheffield United in the Premier League.
You know, I'm honest and clear. I don't like the 80% of England referee, but it's not a new thing, no, because I don't like them. The behavior, they don't. I don't like their behavior on the pitch. No.
So that is Roberto De Zerbi. He doesn't like their behavior on the pitch. Now, Liverpool's Diogo Jota has spoken about the Premier League title race with just 3 points separating the first team, Manchester City, and the team placed 5th on the log, Tottenham Hotspur.
You never know. Like I said, still early days, and people are fighting for their clubs, and that's what we like to see, and hopefully we are one of those teams in the end.
So that is from Diogo Jota. There is still a long way to go, and you cannot determine who is going to win the Premier League. Now, Manchester and the wider football world came together to say their final goodbyes to Sir Bobby Charlton on Monday. Fans flocked to Old Trafford and to Manchester Cathedral for a public funeral service to remember Charlton, who died aged 86 last month. The service was attended by United players past and present and other football dignitaries, and even the Prince of Wales. Charlton will be remembered as arguably the greatest English footballer of all time, a World Cup winner in 1966 with his country, and a winner of 3 league titles, an FA Cup and a European Cup with Manchester United in 1968. Sir Alex Ferguson, former Manchester United coach, has reflected on some tributes for Sir Bobby Charlton.
It was very sombre and a wonderful tribute from his grandson. I thought it was fantastic. It's not easy to go up there and speak, and the speakers did a great job, but he was a fantastic man. I'm at United because of Bobby Charlton, no question about that.
Sir Alex, you're synonymous with Manchester United, so is Sir Bobby. What aura did he have when you first arrived at the club?
Well, right from the day I came, he supported me 100% all the way. He was totally behind me in everything we try to do in terms of youth. And as I said, I'm here because of Bobby Charlton.
Because he said Bobby Charlton, may his soul continue to rest in peace. Well, and I'm sure you also the Ghanaian version of it by the Ghana National Supporters Union, Abraham Boache. Well, they also had their own funeral here in Ghana for Sir Bobby Charlton. Away from the Manchester United, will be sweating on the recovery of Rasmus Hojlund and Christian Eriksen, who are expected to be out for a while. Eriksen will be out with a knee problem, but Rasmus Hojlund will return before the end of November after suffering a muscle strain. Now to tennis, Alexander Zverev defeated Carlos Alcaraz 6-7, 6-3, 6-4 in Turin. Alcaraz was making his ATP Finals debut. The loss was the third in a row for Alcaraz, who was beaten by Grigor Dimitrov in the 4th round of the Shanghai Masters before a shock defeat to Roman Safilin in his first match at the Paris Masters. Now Daniel Medvedev also defeated close friend Andrei Rublev 6-4, 6-2 in his opening match. The 1996 born Medvedev is just the second man born in 1990 or later to reach 40 career top 10 wins after 1997 born Zverev. Medvedev after the win.
Well, the thing is that not everyone, I like to play aggressive on my serve or the first shot after the return, but Rublev plays such style that he doesn't let me any other option because I don't have the power of Alcaraz or maybe even Tsitsipas like on my forehand. So it's a little bit of different style where I try to, go left and right and use my opponent, and he's very good at this game. So what happens is we are both good at this game, and as you could see in the first set, we have to run. So that's not the case against everyone, but against him, that's the only chance I have.
That's the only chance he had, and he took it very well. Daniel Medvedev there. That will be all for sports this morning. Thanks to Mega 6 Lotto. 6 numbers can change your life. Select from 49 numbers to win lots of prizes up to the tune of 1 million Ghana cedis each day from Monday to Saturday. Just play before 5 p.m. every day. Dial *266# to play or download the iOS and Android apps on mega6lotto.com to play. Mega 6 Lotto is approved and regulated by the National Lotteries Authority. My name is Kelvin Olswan. The Sunrise continues.